I'ma stay down at 100. Yeah. I'ma stay down at 100. I'ma stay down at 100. I'ma stay down at 100. Yeah. I'ma stay down at 100. I gotta stay down at 100. Yeah. I'ma stay down at 100. I gotta stay down at 100. Nigga try to take it from me. I'ma pull the chopper on him. I'ma hit him with the llama. Yeah. I ain't worried about your problem. I ain't worried about your ish. I'm just trying to get some money. I'm just trying to feed my niggas. I'ma go out and go get it. I'ma grind to the depth. All these fuck niggas faking, and we don't need no help. I'ma stay down at 100. I'ma stay down at 100. All of my niggas, they hungry. See the diamonds all on me. All I hustle for the money. I'ma go and get the money. Niggas talking, they 100. Show you how to flip 100. 100 nigga on 100. Stacks on 100. Bricks on 100. I'ma go and get 100. Woo. Paper stacking till I win. I won't go and get him in. I was really on the corner, get them in, bustin' down, nigga making wins. All of my niggas, they hold away. All of these niggas, they living face. I'm a dog, yeah, we so super straight. Moving that way up the
show.Not is going down.
Back in the building. We got a special guest in the building. Can you tell them where we are?
Good morning, everybody. I am Eden James at Eden is Paradise, CEO of the Starting Lineup, model and actress as well. I'm just a lady though. Promise.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm a morning person, if you can't already tell.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Definitely. You're one of the only few guests we had that are morning people.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else be dragging and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm that annoying family member that comes in and is like, "Good morning." Open up all the blinds, the curtains, jumping up on the bed, and you're like, "Get out."
Yeah.
Get out.
My mom says if she's up, then we have to be up.
Yeah,
That's
like
exactly
a house
it.
rule.
I don't
my dad used to do that.
That's crazy to me because if I'm up and everybody else is quiet, I mean the sleep is quiet and I'm just chilling and I'm enjoying.
Yeah. Right?
No, I don't like all that.
Especially like if it's like for a family gathering and you wake up, like say Christmas or something, and everybody's spending the night at the house. You wake up early, everybody else is still asleep. You just
No, I'm waking people up.
See, I'm the one that's gonna be cooking. You guys are like,
I mean, yeah,
in your
that's
sleep,
fine.
like,
I don't mind waking up to bacon.
Is that eggs?
Yeah, I don't mind
I
waking
wanna
up to
sleep.
that, but like, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, opening my blinds.
I'm the family man that can sleep through all that. You try to wake me up.
I mean,
I guarantee you here in my house, you will not be able to sleep through anything.
What are you gonna cook?
You would be surprised.
Oh, I cook a bunch of different stuff. It depends. Like, I'll either cook like
That's the way to
bacon,
wake
French
me up.
toast.
I'm gonna wake up.
And
My
everything
favorite.
is homemade and my food's very well seasoned.
Very.
That
You had to throw that out there.
Yes,
You
yes.
had to throw that out there.
Yes.
Well seasoned.
She
Now I
didn't
wanna
say
try.
she could cook. She
Yes.
said it's well seasoned. That's how you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
cooks.
I gotta try it one day. One day we
She brought
gotta
us
set
some
it up.
breakfast.
Oh, let me tell you, my food is like crack. People actually,
Crack.
I have exes who I have not seen in for like years, and when I see them, like, so what can I do for you to cook? I'm like, does your girlfriend and or wife or whatever you have not cook for you? Like,
Damn.
no. I just, I just miss your cooking. I'm like, no.
Hey, brunch with Eden coming soon.
No,
Y'all gotta look out.
yeah, for real.
We're gonna get it together.
Let's do this.
But so do you use like the energy that you have with your businesses? Do you like kind of like implement all the energy you have and like force it upon your businesses?
I do. I am definitely, I'm definitely led by faith. I'm a very, very spiritually in tune individual, and God is the CEO of everything that I do, from business to personal to my love life as a mother, and anything that I do, and that's always been, I think, one of my greatest reasons for success. So energy, I'm all about the energy. All about the energy.
And so is that what keeps you like focused? Cause I see you do a lot of different things. Like it's like a list that'll go on and on and on and things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely what keeps me focused, and it's also my hunger to always strive to be the best in anything and everything that I apply my energy to or my brand. So a lot of people don't realize that anything that they attach their name or energy to, that's an investment.
Right.
That's time that we're taking out of our day, that's energy being expelled, and there's no way to get it back. Once that second is done, we put the energy out, we can't recoup that. So I firmly believe in surrounding myself around assets and not liabilities. And so more often than not, you have a lot of people in whatever they do, they just feel like, okay, let me just get this done. And that's it. And it's not, let me get this done to the best of my ability. It's just, let me just get this done. And I definitely do not agree with that type of thinking. And anyone that I surround myself with in business or personal, family, friend, or whatever, I always try to stimulate a different type of growth, a different type of mindset, to kind of reprogram and say, you know, we can't, if we're already going to take the time to do this, why not go ahead and do it to the best of our ability? Yeah, and do it right. Because that way we don't have to waste our time doing it over again. We don't have to waste time thinking like, hey, is this okay? And with that also, I'm very meticulous about people that I work with.
In what way?
A lot of people, like with my company, like I told you all before, like I have my company, so I have my hat as a CEO of my company, which is a starting lineup, and I have Eden, the CEO of me, of just my brand as a model and actress. But with my company, like how do I become part of the starting lineup? How do I cast for this, or how do I do this? I'm like, I don't do castings for that unless I have a production, like a fashion show or a music episode or music concert or whatnot. Because I already watch people. Like people watch. I know it sounds kind of creepy, but it's really not that creepy. I promise you. But I really watch people's work ethics.
Yeah.
In anything that I do, and my company is about being an empowered woman. And yes, sex sells. We know that. Looks attract business. That's great. But outside of that, we have brains that work. So in anything that I do, I'll say I'm not looking for just a pretty face and a beautiful body. Like I need a warm smile and a brain that works and a person who's gonna grind. Period. So and some people will be like, oh, you know, you're just too rich for my blood, or you know, you're sedity.
Oh
or
wait,
you
what?
don't
Too
work
rich
with
for my blood? I never heard that one.
You never heard that before?
No.
People really say that?
Yeah, I mean not all the time, but I've heard that. But basically saying like you only work with high profile clientele.
Yeah.
And I'm like, actually, no, that's not true. I work with people, like, I can't, my thing is, I'm not going to want more for you than you want for yourself. I will never be that way, because no one is going to go harder for me than I will for myself. Period. Like, that's just what it is. And so, when I see people's work ethics are not up to par, then they don't meet my expectations or exceed my expectations, for me to be like, dang, I need to step my game up to keep up to this talent or this client or somebody else I want to learn from and grow from. Why am I wasting my time? Unless I really see something. But if I see that something in you, that means like I can see that you have your own hustle. You're willing to brand yourself. Like you're doing all the stuff that you want me to do for you already on your own, self-sufficiently. You're not asking for handouts. You're not sleeping around to do whatever. Your team isn't out there trying to be a groupie with whoever I'm bringing them around. It's just basic principles. Like I am built off of loyalty, virtues, and principles. And if you don't have the basics, which are loyalty and respect, and falling in line and doing what you have to do, like it's just not going to work. And I've worked and mentored certain people who it's like the talent might have been great, but their team just crossed lines, and unfortunately, like may have been great talents, but just to by affiliation, like
mess it up.
I'd love to rock with you, but I can't rock with you because of how your team and or management carries themselves around my crew and my network that I've built and I've worked for and, you know, done a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you find it easy to like decline clients or decline working with people?
Yes. I do. And so, as you all know, in this industry, it's a male-dominated industry.
Right.
So us as women, we're very few that stand in a male-dominated industry. That are respected, not disrespected. And oftentimes, you know, they'll shoot their shot and they'll do that. And yes, that has happened. And very respectfully, I'm like, you know what? We're just business, and that's just what that is. And these are some people who I'm sure some ladies would be like, oh my God, you're tripping. I would have just done this. I would have just done that. I'm like, well, that's why you're where you are, and I am where I am, and why my network is my net worth, and you don't have one. But very humbly saying a lot of those opportunities that they did try to start off as business, they tried to see if they could get anything personal, and I was like, you know what, respectfully, like that's just not going to work. Has opened up a myriad of other doors and continued relationships with those same entities that have led to other relationships. So when I say that my grind has brought my respect, it definitely has brought my respect. And I preach that to people, and it's hard because like I said, you have people who are just starstruck, and like, ooh, I'm DMing so and so. Oh, that's not really anything to like be happy about. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's all I preach. Even when I do public speaking engagements for the youth, for younger women, those who might be affected by domestic violence or anything of that sort, I definitely preach self-respect. Because if you don't respect yourself, like, no one's going to respect you, especially in this game, because they're already going to know, well, oh, that's just her client, but she's, you know, effing that client too. So, and then you've already lowered your value. And that's your parlay. Like, oh, well, you know, she's not going to do anything that you think she's going to do.
So you never thought about dating anyone of your clients? Just like maybe seeing where it goes?
No. No.
Period.
Yeah, I mean, there has been...
This damn period.
Yeah.
Right? I can't even say that word no more. I can't even say it.
There's gonna come a time in your life in the next 2 weeks you're gonna have to say period. And
No,
you're
I had to
gonna
say
have
it. I had to say it the other day, but
You
I
had to say it
had
like
to
that.
put it.
He had to
no
say it
homo,
just like that.
No homo, because I'm a girl saying nowadays. That's
And then he said it.
Yeah, I said
He
it.
said it just like you though.
Nah, I ain't say it. Just don't do
Well,
that.
how did he say
Don't do
period?
that. Nah.
Oh, so let me just
He
throw
had a
this
little
in there.
sauce on that.
My plug. So, you know, you have gems, Khaled has keys, Eden has fruits of Eden. So that's
Okay.
anything that I'm dropping that
Eat
might
it up.
provide sustenance, either spiritually, business knowledge or wisdom, personal growth. So
this whole interview is gonna be the fruits of Eden.
She's just dropping fruit. Everybody
Just-
can pick it
Just
up.
drop it all up. Just drop it all up.
Yep.
I like it. I like
Yeah,
fruits,
pick it up.
as we talked about earlier. Besides strawberries, don't really like those.
Oh yeah, she doesn't like
Kind of weird.
strawberries.
They have hair on them.
Weirdo.
She says they're furry.
They need
They are furry though. Y'all seen that, right?
Yeah.
They're furry.
I
No
know
joke, when I was a
mean,
kid, I did look at that. Like, I looked at a strawberry and I was like, oh, there's hair on that.
No, it's dead ass hair on there. Like that's weird.
That's what scares you, huh?
No,
It's
then
like
like
eating a little
it
person.
weirded me out to look at it, and then like when I tasted it, it was like, oh my god, that's like the worst thing ever.
You gotta put some sugar on your strawberry.
Ew.
Yeah, you
So-
put some sugar on there.
I'm just not dealing with that. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing all of
My mom
that.
used to trick
Right,
me.
right, right.
Equal
So,
on it. That's not sugar.
So I know, like on your keynotes, it was saying like how like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Okay.
Right.
So what was like your favorite brand or like what was the funnest thing for you to be a brand ambassador for? Like where did you have the best time at?
Armadillo vodka.
Damn.
Yeah. And
What'd they do?
to be honest, this is how it started. Shout out to Cody Wise Guy. He's on my feed now, I think, still. When I first started, how I completely started was I came out of mommyhood, and my girl in Atlanta, Jody Cruz, who was the first female artist from Bobby Valentino's independent record label called Blue Collar, hits me up, and she goes, I need you to manage me.
Boom.
I fired my manager. I was like, you need to go find somebody who's already got a network. Because for me to say I'm a manager and I can't do anything with you or provide you exposure, opportunity to get you money, I'm selling you short. So let me build and do what I gotta do. Immediately, I got on my laptop, started Googling how Houston's hottest nightclubs, Houston's hottest promoters, all that, got into the scene. Fast forward, ended up at Uptown Hookah with one of the promoters, my boy Nick, and he said, hey, I want you to meet one of my boys, he's over there. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I went and introduced myself to Cody Wise Guy, who at the time was the national director for marketing for Armadillo Vodka. I said, I just want to intern under you for, talent management and development. He's like, well, take my number down, here's my social media, let's link. Then talked to him for about a few months after. He hits me up and he's like, hey, I don't do talent management, but have you heard of the brand Armadillo Vodka? I'm like, no. He goes, well, that was Jay-Z's vodka. I'm like, no. I don't.
Yeah, no.
I haven't heard of it. And so, yeah. And he's like, well, we're having our event in Dallas, one of our launch. And if you want to come check it out, then roll. So I did. Kate, that was the first time in my life I ever took a shot of vodka straight. And I was like, I'm going to die. And I loved it. I loved it. So with that, I had no idea that everything I do now had a name. Like, I thought I was just taking a picture with a bottle. I thought I was just putting it in the network I had already built. Like, at the time, I had already met Heisey, who's one of my business partners now with Go DJs, with Mr. Rogers. And these are all relationships I had already built by going out every single night, not asking for anything, just genuinely supporting the promoters, the clubs, and the DJs, getting them a drink, just chilling.
Yeah.
And I did that for about 1.5 years straight of doing that. So I didn't know any of this stuff had a title. So I was allowed the platform to just be me, to support a brand. And I just love networking and talking. So I did a lot with that.
That's
And built
cool.
great relationships with
That's
that
cool.
product.
So I know you cherish like hard work and work ethic, right?
Absolutely.
So how do you find time to like work hard in these different categories that you like work on? Like you do so much. Like how do you find time to okay, I'm gonna do this right now, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, and actually like get stuff done in all of those categories?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. There are times where life happens. Like my mom was just sick, like very, very sick, and I had to go to California. And one of my clients right now, Juice Jula of We Are Street Vibe, shout out to Shonda and Rick and Juice, were very patient with me. So even though while I was doing what I was doing with my mom, I still created their itinerary and still coached along the way. RCA Records came and also brought, during the time I was gone, Maxo Cream and Skeeta. And usually with our club runs, I'm there as the liaison to do whatever I need to do. But shout out to my girls in starting lineup and Nikki for Maxo. I had to do certain things from afar. So none of that stuff would have been able to be bridged without great relationships. And I'm going to emphasize that again. Like without my relationships, I don't think I'd be anywhere where I'm at. So I compartmentalize everything kind of like in my head. So when I was like just in St. Louis, I went to a vodka bar, and I was looking. They have
only vodka.
Yeah, they have more than 5. They have the widest variety of vodkas in the world. So they have more than 500 vodkas on deck, but they didn't have Armadillo. So I called Clarence, who's our president of Armadillo Vodka, and I'm like, hey, we got to get our product in here. So with me, it's just wherever I'm at, literally, whether I'm eating, whatever I'm doing, I'm consistently thinking of how is this restaurant, how is this brand, how is this food, how is this clothing design going to match or benefit my clients or benefit myself or anybody else that I work with. My mind is consistently trying to figure out how it's all going to work. And once I have those ideas, and that's kind of like, okay, got to follow up with that. Now with my events, because I do work for myself, I just make sure that I schedule everything around my schedule. Typically. So like with the Go DJs, even though I do operational management for the Go DJs and I also do the groundwork as far as the club runs go, I schedule that around all of my other clients like that I have for publicity or event planning, production, and management. So being my own CEO is what helps me organize everything that I have going on. So I'm also a model and actress. So it's just really just the time management. And again, like there are times I'm human. There are times I have procrastinated just because it's like I need sleep today. Like, I don't sleep. I need people are like, do you sleep? And I'm like, no, I take a nap. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I slept for 3 hours. They're like, that's not sleep. I'm like, exactly, that's my nap. But I am now because I started fasting. So
okay, well, with that being said, we're about to get into a quick music break with DJ Yo. It's going down. Hazley, you ready?
Let's get it. We'll be right back. WakeUp Morning Show is going down.
This is #1 champion sound.
You don't have mommy mode?
Mommy mode.
Oh, I do have mommy mode. My daughter's 17.
Oh.
Broken down just like that.
Well, great.
So can we talk about some of the artists or the artists that you managed that you brought the music up for today?
Today, I have Juice Jula, who is one of my clients for the starting lineup. We are going to be dropping his project titled Street Bible, and this is a single that we're pushing that's also on our Go DJs Club Run, entitled 100.
Okay.
Check out the video on YouTube.
Let's go. What is it?
Juice Jula.
Juice Jula?
J-U-L-A, one side. Student.
I'ma stay down in 100, stay down. I'ma stay down in 100, stay down. I'ma stay down in 100, down in 100, stay down in 100. I'ma stay down in 100, I'ma stay down in 100, stay down in 100. I'ma stay down in 100, stay down in 100. I'ma stay down in 100, I'ma stay down in 100, yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100, I gotta stay down in 100, yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100, I gotta stay down in 100. Nigga try to take it from me, I'ma pull the chopper on him, I'ma hit him with the lumber, yeah. I ain't worried about your problem, I ain't worried about your issues. I'm just trying to get some money. I'm just trying to feed my niggas. I'ma go out and go get it. I'ma grind to the death. All these fuck niggas faking. We don't need no help. I'ma stay down in 100. I'ma stay down in 100. All of my niggas, they hungry. I see the diamonds all on me. All I hustle for the money. I'ma go and get the money. Nigga talking, they 100. Show you how to flip 100. 100 nigga on 100. Stacks on 100. Bricks on 100. I'ma go and get 100. Paper stacking till I win. I will go and get it in. I was really on the corner, get the men bustin' down, nigga making wins. All of my niggas, they hold away. All of these niggas, they living fake. I'm a dog, yeah, we so super straight. Moving their way off the interstate. I'ma stay down and go grind. Keep the money on my mind. Gotta grind all the time. Nigga, every day I shine. Got it all on my mind. Yeah, I'ma stay one double below. A real nigga on the go. Fake niggas stand below. I'ma go and get some blow. Nigga, yeah, you ain't never know. I'ma stay down in 100. I'ma stay down in 100. Yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100. I gotta stay down in 100. Yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100. I gotta stay down in 100. Nigga try to take it from me. I'ma pull the chopper on him. I'ma hit him with the lumber. Yeah. I ain't worried about your problem. I ain't worried about your issues. I'm just trying to get some money. I'm just trying to feed my niggas. I'ma go out and go get it. I'ma grind to the death. All these fuck niggas faking. We don't need no help. I'ma stay down in 100.
I'ma stay down at 100. No more packs funded, everything cashed out. King Louis blowing gas out. Looking like I'm cash finna pass out. Big dog shit when I pass by. Nobody go with them straps out. And want you hoes to get clapped out. Everywhere I go, we get trapped out. Show you hoe with that trap bot. Catch paper cuts when them stacks out. Them 50 figures, get your money, man. She move 100, my little money thing. She don't do shit but get money, man. Two-way trip on the money train. It's 100 ways and 100 plays in 100 days. I knock 100 things. Stay down for my come up. Say a prayer for him if he run up. Had through your ass, you get done up. I keep a crunch on my numbers. It's lights out when that ice out. It's gonna be a long, cold summer. Do what you do, nigga, get you some dough. But never forget, keep it one double low.
I'ma stay down in 100. Yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100. I gotta stay down in 100. Yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100. I gotta stay down in 100. Nigga try to take it from me. I'ma pull the chopper on him. I'ma hit him with the lumber. Yeah. I ain't worried about your problem. I ain't worried about your issues. I'm just trying to get some money. I'm just trying to feed my niggas. I'ma go out and go get it. Yeah. I'ma grind to the death. Yeah. All these fuck niggas faking. Yeah. We don't need no help. I'ma stay down.
I'ma stay down in 100, man. You know my hood is a Taliban. Stay in the jungle, no Tarzan. Gotta pay what you owe, no bargain. If you reach for my chain, I let off 100. I'ma just keep it 100. A lot of these niggas be talking out tough, but they frontin'. Ooh, I gotta give me a band. My niggas are shipping the grass. I call it amnesia money. Yeah, I forgot what a stash. I ain't worried about the niggas. I ain't worried about these bitches. I just wanna see my family straight. I'm only worried about the rich. I'm tryna count up 100. Yeah, I'm talking about 100. 100, 100, 100. We taking trips out to London. You know we came from the dungeon. We turning nothing to something. If you get in our way, I swear I get it up.
I'ma stay down in 100. I'ma stay down in 100. Yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100. I gotta stay down in 100. Yeah, yeah. I'ma stay down in 100. I gotta stay down in 100. Nigga try to take it from me. I'ma pull the chopper on him. I'ma hit him with the lumber. Yeah. I ain't worried about your problem. I ain't worried about your issues. I'm just trying to get some money. I'm just trying to feed my niggas. I'ma go out and go get it. I'ma grind to the death.
back in the building.
That was lit.
We're gonna stay down and keep it 100. Straight
Yeah.
like that. That's a nice song. So do you kind of like let the artist be an artist, or do you kind of pick which single they should run with, or how does that work for you?
No, I don't. I do a little bit of both. So with this song, they had already chosen, which is 100, and they had 2 songs. It was this or Kill a Gorilla, and I haven't sent that over to you yet, but we decided to go with this. Heisty loves the song, I love the song, and it just has a great impact. And when he performs it, the energy is amazing. So usually what I do is I fine tune things. So I listen to it, and I don't like the engineering of it or the mastering of it. Then I'm like, we're gonna stay on hold until we get this right. So I don't ever say, okay, great, let's push it.
Yeah.
I want to make sure all my I's are dotted, all of my T's are crossed. James Hoover is the one who edited that song and did the mixing and mastering. Shout out to Big Hev of DK Entertainment. He's Big Heavy is the manager for Slim Thug, Baby Bash, former manager of Zero, and he works with and Santana is also one of his clients. So again, I love my network. And you guys better stay tuned. We're also going to be Hev's going to be doing his documentary. We're branding him out as a manager because he's worked with E40, all of the greats, all on the West Coast. So that's that.
For sure. So we have another song?
Yes. I sent you over Baby just to give you a differentiation from the straight streets, but he can also cater to the ladies.
Right.
Yeah.
You need that these days.
Yes.
You do.
Absolutely.
Especially these lady records.
For sure. You gotta cater to the ladies. You got to.
Got to.
Let's get it.
Yeah. That my little bag, yeah. That my little bag, yeah. That my little bag. That my little bag, yeah. That my little bag. That my little bag, yeah. Girl, can we take this ride today? That my little bag, yeah. Can you hold me down while I make this play? That my little bag, yeah. Cause don't give a damn what the haters say. That my little haters. And I'ma hold you down every step of the day. That my little bag. That my little baby. That my little bag, yeah. That my little baby. That my little bag, yeah. That my little baby. That my little bag.
I'm a little baby.
No,
It's American people don't like that.
when you're out of your comfort zone, you feel internally embarrassed. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing it. But it's not embarrassing, but you feel embarrassed.
You giving game, y'all be like, fellas, so y'all better listen.
I will tell you, I work with some of like the most notable and like real like street folks. Some people look at me and they're like,
What are you? Yeah. What is?
do you know where your foot is at right now? Like, what are you doing? You are in the middle of the hood, and you have like no issues. Like, you're walking in like the middle of like a hood. What's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? It's family.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
Yeah.
But these guys who are real like rigid and rough and are like real shooters and probably have done some things.
She knows what that means, y'all. Real shooters.
Yeah, they've had some, it's just life.
Yeah.
They're very loyal and they treat their women very well. And like do not have any issues saying like, this is my lady, this is my gal, whether they have a one and only or have a plethora of them, but they have that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And they are not shy about professing their love.
Yeah.
Such as that song.
Yeah.
And they're really like, if they can show me the loyalty and prove me their loyalty, like I'm down in 100 all the way through.
That's what's
Plug.
up.
Street Bible comes
I was
on.
about to say, she got the whole layout rolling together.
So
I need it all.
I want to ask, do you have like a preference for music artists? Like, do you like the street dude type artists, or is that just what you come across?
That just happens to be what comes across. I think why it works so well with my brand and the ones that I do end up taking on and working with is the grind.
Yeah.
Like I've worked with some artists who are like not on the corner anymore and are like distro level, like on a wider platform, and are like, Eden, this is harder than being on the block corner. Like, how do you do this?
It is.
And I'm like,
don't want your product, you gotta make them want.
Yeah, and I told them, I said, let me tell you this, and this is just a great metaphoric analogy. I said, on the streets in the drug game, you have a product that you know is going to sell.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now, the only thing you got to do is how are you going to infiltrate the block and take over the territory respectfully.
Right.
Well, there really is no respectfully taking on the territory. You're just going to come through and bully foot it, and you don't get it. You're either going to make your sacks fatter, or give them a better product at a lower price.
Right.
Period. Free game. Free game. I don't have any idea about any of this. I just listen to music. I promise. But with music, you're coming into a market where you know the type of music they like, but you don't know if they're gonna like your product.
Exactly.
So now you have to sell this product that's new to the block. You're selling this completely new drug that no one has ever tasted on the block or a sample, and are hoping and putting all this money into it, hoping that somebody on the block is gonna like this drug. That's the music. And a lot of these people, especially the ones who are heavy in the streets, that rejection, it kills them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That rejection kills them. Or they come in with this mentality and this chip on the block, like, nah, I don't got to do that because they already know who I am. And woo, I've already been in this and done this and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, stop, because they know you as who you are in the streets.
Right.
You have to put on a whole nother hat. Like, me as a mom is somebody totally different. So I can't go into the schools and be like, don't you know who I am? No, no, Miss Eden, I don't know who you are. You're Sade's mother. Okay, thanks.
Your daughter's name is Sade.
We know who you are. You're Sade's mother.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I can't just be like, damn it, no, that's not who I am. Like, I can't do that. And artists, you can't do that either. Or managers, anybody who's new into any industry, you can't just go out there and demand respect in a completely different field. So, I hope I answered that question. I talk a lot. I don't know if you noticed yet.
You did in detail, but you definitely answered the question. That's
right.
With you. So, would you got a question? So you finna say something.
I was.
I know you want to ask a certain question.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Go ahead, get into it.
So, in some of the key points that you sent us, without a law degree, you took on 3 cases for some people. Like, can you get into that and explain like what that was like? How was that conversation? Like, how did you argue this? Because I feel like I'm a good arguer until you try to like not be with what I'm saying. Now I'm mad.
Oh, I'm all about facts. So usually I have this like permanent RBF face apparently to the public that I don't realize that I have. Because in my mind I'm thinking like I'm all smiley and like, hey, and they're like, what was wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing. Why? Like, you looked really mad. Look. I'm like, oh, my bad. Sorry. But how I got into that, my clients, that was actually my grandfather and my grandmother.
Okay.
My grandfather was, rest in peace, was a double Purple Heart recipient of World War II. So he had severe PTSD, and if you guys are aware of like veterans, you can't get, like, the VA is like super stingy with their money, and they will deny you and do everything that they can so that you do not get paid. If I'm not mistaken, he was like at 30%. He was only receiving 30% of what he was supposed to get, and so my goal is to make 1,000. And his thing, men have pride. They don't want to show their weaknesses. They don't want to say we need help. And I was like, Grandpa, you need to go to the VA. They need to have this documented. So with that, that's how that started. So as that's rolling, we're going to the doctors, we're keeping documentation, I'm writing all these letters. I also take on, my grandmother had a case with Social Security disability. She was 56 or 7 or so at the time, so it was way before the retirement age. She's a cancer patient. She wasn't able to do the type of work that she was doing because of where they took the mass out of, and so that was a consistent rebuttal. So that happened. And while those 2 cases are going on, my grandma loves the casino. It was Chinook Winds Casino in Lincoln City in Oregon. And my grandfather was sitting in his walker, and the person driving went a little faster, and he fell on it. And they were trying to say that it wasn't his fault, their fault, the casino's fault. So while I'm going to school full-time online and working a full-time job at Wells Fargo and caregiving as well, I was researching, like reading, like searching, like formats. How do we do rebuttals? What are laws I need to learn? How do we speak? How do I approach? How do I do this? How do I do that? And all of this was under the supervision of God's grace. I would have not been able to do any of this unless the Holy Spirit's hand was over it, and that's for sure. That's for sure facts. When I had to deal with the lawyer for the casino, not knowing, like, lawyers have to go to school to study law
Right.
Yeah.
and specialize in whatever.
Right.
When you become a tribal law lawyer, you have to go to school and get your degree to become a regular lawyer and then learn a whole nother set of laws to become a tribal law lawyer. So one of the meetings I had to take was meeting their lawyer, who was totally just
Of course.
dumb
Yeah.
butt.
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah, in this golden high-rise
Of course,
building
yeah.
overlooking the port in downtown Oregon in Portland, and I'm like, all right, here we go, win or lose, so boy. But it was just me wanting to learn. So the answer to your question is, I got into it because I had to, and I knew that if anyone else were to do it, one, they're just going to take our
Take
family's money. They're not going to do it to their fullest ability.
Yeah.
So I really think my reincarnation was a lawyer back in the day. Because even to this day, like, people will say, no, Eden, but I'm like, no. Cut the shit. Like,
Yeah.
cut the shit. These are the facts. This is exactly what happened. For example, these are the text messages, or I saw you here. This is what that was. Like, get the fuck out of here. Because that's just not what that is.
Okay. Well,
Like,
that
I'm very much so based on facts.
One-
And I prove
one
all of my
chance out.
arguments are all proven with facts. Everything's black and white. And I win every argument that way. Or debate. I don't like
Yeah,
arguing.
debate.
Debate. I call them debates.
Debates.
So, I'm pretty sure you live like your whole life in like black and white with everything you do. So how is that like a problem for you? Because I know a lot of people don't. And
Yes.
They want to shoot the shit. They want to bullshit. They want to do a whole bunch of silly shit, just a bunch of other shit. Like, how is living in black and white for you?
My circle is very small.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because sometimes they like to take that as a weakness. Or make me feel like I'm an attempt to make me feel like I'm an outcast in anything. It's like, oh, you're not really with the wave of this, and I really can't explain it because I've always kind of just been a loner on my own in my own little bubble. Even though I'm very much so an extrovert and outgoing, and I talk and I laugh and I'm everywhere, I'm very much so protective of my own personal space and my peace. So if I feel like there's just a lot of that gray area, in which there's always, people these days just have gray areas. They don't know what they want to be. Oh, I'm trying to do. No. What are you, not trying, what are you going to do? What do you will to do, not want to do?
Right.
Like, are you going to make it happen, or are you just dreaming this? I just don't deal with it.
Just don't deal with it. Just walk away from it.
Yeah.
So with all this black and white, like, what do you do for fun? What is your favorite thing to eat? I always ask everyone,
Oh,
do
I'm
they
a
like
fatty.
cereal or oatmeal?
I love oatmeal.
You just made a hard
Yeah, you
spot.
made it.
know.
Yeah, not too many people say
I
oatmeal.
love oatmeal. I
I
love
love
steel
oatmeal.
cut
That made me
oatmeal.
feel
See?
warm
Look.
inside.
Yeah.
Because
ask
it
me
takes
that question, I
time
ain't
to
even know.
make. Unless even when we're doing instant, like you
Yeah.
still have to put the right amount of milk to make
Yeah.
it get to a certain type of creaminess and consist. Like, I'm all about the time and effort into
Get you
doing
some
anything
toast.
I do, whether it's cooking or even a bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah,
Can I tell you guys a really quick funny story?
of course.
Say-
So my grandfather, who passed away, the veteran, he sat across from me.
Did they give him his money?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they all won their lawsuits, so he was granted 100% of his
It's so funny,
VA.
Grandpa.
Oh yeah, no, everybody
No, the
settled.
VA is crazy. I got a homie that got a Purple Heart, but now he's not getting benefits. And,
That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah,
crazy. He's in a wheelchair and everything.
Crazy world we live in.
it's pretty sad.
Yeah. I want to hear this story.
Yeah, back to your funny story.
Back to the story.
Oh yeah, funny story. So I love bagels, and have you
Man,
guys ever?
Wow.
Are
What
we-
is going
are we
on right
We're
now?
soul twins. Yes.
happening
The energy is
just
real.
had a bagel.
The energy is
Told you
real.
about the energy.
That is funny.
No, but like, have you guys ever bit into a sandwich, whether it's a peanut, any kind of sandwich, and you bite into it, and it's like more of like jelly or more peanut butter or more mayo,
Yeah.
and like the
What
other
do you
side
like?
has nothing in it? I
I hate that.
hate that.
Ugh.
I cannot stand that. Okay, so
It's gotta be even.
I have to make sure my cream cheese was nice and even on my bagel. So I'm like stroking the cream cheese on my bagel, not realizing my grandpa's watching me. By the time I'm done, and I was like, okay, I bit it. He goes, do you know that you spread that cream cheese 111 times?
That's
So he
crazy.
counted.
And he counted.
He probably did it more, and he just was like, all right, I'll
Caught it
see.
late.
I'm just gonna stop it to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, awkward.
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that. I just wanted my cream cheese even on my bagel, so I didn't get a whole chunk of cream cheese in my mouth and like nothing in the next bite.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
No.
That is totally understandable.
Maybe a little bit.
No. This is so crazy because I'm like, I do that.
Shout out
I
to my
hate-
family in the Philippines. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but they tuned in.
Hey
so.
guys.
Hi.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
People in the Philippines.
So my dad is in the Philippines right now. It was my grandmother's 85th birthday on July 5th.
It's a blessing. It's a
And
blessing.
so they're all tuned in. They're like, "Can you say hello to us?" And I'm like,
What part,
"Hey,
what part of the
hi."
Philippines?
Yep.
What
Huh?
part?
That's crazy.
Pampanga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to Manila.
Oh yeah, so it's on the island of Manila, and I think it's northern. Please don't butcher me. I think Pampanga's on the northern side, maybe. But shout out to my family. That's my little cousin Junior. Shout out to my dad, grandma, everybody there. Hello. Okay. Anyways, tune in.
So
Back
I
to the
want
interview.
to ask, you're very big on individuality. I see, like you know what I'm saying, importance of yourself and getting better. And you work in a field where you got to help everybody else out. So how do you like keep your individuality and your work ethic to better yourself, as well as like still have the openness to help everybody around you?
That's a good question.
Look at this.
You know, shout out to the Wake Up Morning Show, y'all. I'm very meticulous about my interviews and even bringing my clients. And I'll be very honest, if this like bombed, I would have never brought anybody else here. You guys have done your
Thank you.
research. They
Thank
have
you.
very well thought out questions. So again, shout out to the
Round of
whole
applause.
Wake Up Morning Show
Thank
on the
you.
Core 94 right now.
Yeah,
I
check
will
us
be
out.
bringing all of my clients that I work with here with you guys. But that was a very great question. So how do I maintain my individuality in the midst of also trying to help and build everybody else? The first part of that question is you can't pour into others what you don't already have within you. And I'll say that again. You cannot pour into others that which you don't have in you. So if my glass is not full, and I keep my glass full through prayer, and I know you guys are probably like, oh my God, is that all you do is pray all day long?
You should.
I do. I mean, even when I'm driving, and it's not like a whole like, oh my God, like it's not a whole, this is just
Talk to
what
God.
I just talk to God.
Yeah.
And I continuously ask for strength no matter what he brings in my life, no matter how bitter it is, no matter how painful it is, or joy. I thank every single moment of that. And through that and the Holy Spirit continuously refilling my glass, I always stay full. And if at any time I feel like any connection or relationship or encounter is detrimental to me maintaining my peace, I just cut it off. Because it's not conducive to my growth. And if I allow it to manifest and eat away at my soul and myself, that's all I'll be able to offer to my clients as well.
Right.
So I'm very much so a lead by example. Again, I'm human. I make mistakes. I have shortcomings. There are times where I procrastinated. I don't do it often, but I'm human, you know, and I'm not afraid to say I'm sorry. I'm not afraid to truly admit when I know I am wrong. I will say, you know what, I realize like that was my bad for excuse me, whatever reason. And that's pretty much how I get with that. I always make sure I'm right. So like right now, I was in California from May through June. When I got back, I ended up having like in this right lower quadrant of my head was like the same way you hear like a taser like zzz, that was like a pain that was like just going up my brain. Excuse me. And they couldn't find out what was wrong with me or what was going on. And I had passed out. And so at that moment I was like, you know what? I think you just need to recharge right now. And I'm so thankful for my clients. Again, shout out to Juice Jula and We Are Street Vibes, Shonda and Rick, throughout that time as well. As the rest of my clients and my network. Family support systems as well who prayed to help me get through that, to just get back up on the ball, because it took a lot out of me. And even though I was consistently praying, I still like put myself last. And I had a trip to St. Louis about a week or two ago, and the question that was asked was, I said, I was talking to somebody, and I said, you deserve everything that you need because you're consistently always doing for other people. the question was reciprocated to me, and he's like, well,
What do you?
who takes care of you?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, crickets. And at that moment, that was like a check for me. Like, you need to get on your stuff, Eden. Like, because if I don't take care of myself, and even though like I have to physically and spiritually and mentally make sure I'm A1 okay. So like I said, when I say like I've gone back into the game, I didn't really take a break. I mean, went away from it. But compared to me being out networking, always working every day around the clock, I'm just not getting back on the ball.
Right.
Doing interviews, like booking all of my relationships who have other media networks with their interviews, my clients, like with the TOAC convention company, like I'm just getting now everybody back on the board on a consistent radar again. So
Yeah, so it's the idea like you can't help others unless you help yourself.
that's right. That's right.
Straight like that. That's cool.
All right, with those fruits of Eden, we about to get into another music break with DJ Yobi Yobes. It's going down.
We'll be right back. It's Kid Wake Up Morning Show.
Oh, you guys are coming with some good questions, guys.
Hey, party with niggas that get cheese. You a fool for this shit. Hey, party with me and get faded. Hey, she want a nigga that famous. She wanna pull up and lick me. Shit, party with niggas that get cheese. Party with me and get faded. She want a nigga that famous. She wanna pull up and lick me. Party with niggas that get cheese. Party with me and get faded. She want a nigga that famous. She wanna pull up and lick me. Party with niggas that get cheese. Count up the cash. Watch shorty lost in the west. Dance programs. Grown man. I ain't new to it. I go ham. She chewing all on the ham. I got it all in the can. Turn up. I got a QP, let burn some. She say she don't usually do it. Tonight she gon' learn something. Shorty come look on my tattoos. Stripper hold step on my dad shoes.
What is wrong with
Back
you?
in the building. Breezy talking babies. Breezy babies coming soon.
Breezy babies.
Breezy babies. Crazy babies.
So when I take my hair down and I get my butt button back, I'm gonna be babyface Breezy again. That's as far as this baby thing is gonna go for me, okay?
Bloop. You gonna come out.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Oh my God.
All right.
He's sick.
We still got eating in the building. Still get some fruits of eating. You know what I'm saying? It's going down.
Fruits.
So it's about that time for Make or Break with Lil Dre. You know what I'm saying? Y'all marvel me. Come on and marvel Lil Dre. So this is a segment where I ask situational questions about your significant other, hypothetically, if you have one, if you do, whatever.
Okay.
And I want to know if you're going to let them make it or you're going to break it off.
Ooh, okay, go. I'm open book. Go for it.
Okay,
Run
cool. So I know you like to work hard,
Shit,
you know, and I know you like to also enjoy your peace. So what if your significant other worked more than took work more serious than their individual time? Like they always on the go with work. Like their phone go off and it's working, it's busy, they gone, they out of there. You know what I'm saying? They never leave it on do not disturb, or they never not working. They always working. Are you gonna let them make it? Or are you gonna break it off?
Let him make it. And if he has to travel out of town, guess what?
I'm coming too.
I'm coming too.
So you're gonna stop your work to make sure you go be with him, or
I'm gonna make sure my work is with me to go be with him.
Okay.
I'm definitely all about that. I'm all about supporting my man's growth, our growth, us building an empire together. And I feel like I'm again, I'm black and white. I'm all in or not at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be going, and we gonna make it work. Whatever I got to do, because that's my man.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, and I'm very old fashioned. The man, I feel like, is the head of the household, and his happiness is the key to my happiness. So if my man's not happy and it's not working out that way, then our relationship isn't going to flourish.
Right.
So I got to do what I got to do to make sure my man's happy. Because if I'm not doing it, somebody else will be more than glad to be that chick.
I love that answer right there. That's a great answer. A round of applause for that one right there.
I know a lot of females are like, don't say that. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
As a woman, you got to hold it down for your man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what do y'all say?
Yeah, we're going to go around the table. We're going to go over here to Yobi Yobes. What you say, man? Your girl always working. She got to get up and go. You know what I'm saying? How you feel?
I'm gonna let her make it. For sure, because I know I'll be in that situation too, where I'll have things planned, and then work will come last minute as it will come, you know what I'm saying? And she understands that shit. I got to go get the bags and I'll be back and we can go do what we were gonna do. But it's just put on hold for just a little bit, not forever, but you know. So I would definitely let her make it because I'm in that situation. I want you to be as understanding as I would be, as you would be of me. So
Definitely. So that's 2 make it. Breezy.
This sounds crazy. I know y'all probably like, what the fuck? But I actually want to let him make it because, well, first of all, because I feel like if you don't do shit, then you can't give me shit, which is stupid. You know, like, can't do nothing for me. You can't do shit.
That's facts. You can't pay the bills, can't do nothing. Yeah.
I like these. You can't buy me no king crab if you not
Working.
You're not working. It ain't gonna work out. But literally,
That's facts.
Exactly.
You can steal it from the store.
No,
Steal
no,
You're gonna be like Jameis.
No, okay, because that happened to me before too, you know?
Oh, wow.
Everybody wants them a drug dealer so that they can get locked up.
Right.
Alright?
Right.
Chill the fuck out, alright?
Right.
But no, seriously, I was just talking to this guy about this, and I was like, I would prefer to, like, if you gonna be working and shit, like, I would prefer to watch you do what you do, like, what you love to do. Like, I want to be in that energy. Like, I want to be around that. Like, it's cool. You want to meet up and talk or whatever the fuck. That's cool. Let's talk about what you about to go do. Let me watch you because I like that and I want to see, and it's cool. Like, if you about to get paid to do this too, and I can watch, like,
You want to indulge
let's
in
do
passion.
this. Yes,
Yeah, that's
like
true.
literally, because it's
Same.
like you're gonna be the purest you at that time,
Right.
And that's what I want to see.
Exactly.
That's what I want to experience. That, like, I don't want you to just be talking to me about, oh yeah, I had did this, I worked with this person, I was over here. I didn't see that, so
Yeah.
that's a cool story or whatever.
That's
But
cute. That is so cute.
That is. Yeah.
You never heard that side
Oh,
of
I
you.
was about
I'm
to
sober
boy, you
now.
took the words out of my mouth. I said, this is a different side of Breezy.
Right.
I'm sober these days.
I guess I got an answer now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Shorty make it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let my Shorty make it. Only because I like my personal time, you know what I'm saying? I don't like for people to be all up under me. See, my answer is real simple. Like, I like you to get away sometime. That way I can miss you, we can miss each other, we can come back.
Jeez.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not, there ain't nothing wrong with personal time.
And of course
He
I
wants
want you
to get out his face.
And of course I want you to
Get out
succeed
my
in what you
face.
want to do. I want
Right.
you to be happy, you know what I'm saying? Happy as you can be. So if you gotta go work and you wanna go work, you wanna be a better person, you see this lifestyle for yourself, you wanna be represented as an independent woman, I love it. Go do the thing. What's gonna make your heart happy, you know what I'm saying? That's perfect. Go do it. I might have some flowers waiting on you when you get back. You know what I'm saying?
What if
So-
she don't like flowers?
What, she don't like flowers?
Yeah.
Well, I would know
She'll
that.
like food.
She like food. She like bow bags. She like foot rubs. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I love all that.
One of these F's.
Yeah, right.
One of these. Some
Foot rub,
Food,
flowers,
flowers,
food.
foot rubs.
Right, I can figure that out.
You gotta coin that.
Yeah.
Be like F cubed. What's that?
That's that filthy.
Food,
That's that
flowers,
filthy
and
talk.
foot
That
rubs.
talk.
Hey, y'all heard my manager. That's what it is. That was Make a Break with Lil Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for mobbing with me. That's what it is. It's still here to Wake Up Morning Show. So we are finna get out of here. Before we do that, I want you to tell the world everything that you want them to know. Your Instagram, your artists, what you got going on, your future, anything you want them to know, just let them know right now.
All right. You guys can follow me on all my social media platforms. And please, somebody write to Twitter because I'm still suspended because a hater decided to report my Twitter account.
Oh.
And I love Twitter.
Oh.
So, yeah. Make sure y'all follow me at Eden IC Paradise on all my social media platforms. Make sure y'all come out and support. Just follow my pages, pull up to where I'm at, especially with my clients and my artists. Juice Jula, Stunna Bam, Los of the SUC. We have Big Hev of DK Entertainment, Go DJ High C, the Go DJs Global. Shout out to Memphis Bleak Warehouse Music Group. Drummer Boy Fresh out of ATL. Fresh family, make sure if you are in ATL, you check out House of Fresh, ATL, A3C, get geared up at House of Fresh, ATL. My glam squad, Shadra and Key to Glam It Up for keeping me A100. My acting coach, Coach Troy Rowland, he's in Houston once a month. So make sure you guys sign up for his classes. And we also have the TOAC, Miss Angela Bennett. We have the Texas-Oklahoma Alliance Conference happening on August 29th through August 31st. If you are a gospel artist, hip-hop artist, make sure y'all come up, check out, pick up them Fruits of Eden. How do you brand yourself in the gospel, Christian, faith-based music industry? If you need any of my services, DM me, call me at Eden is Paradise. We'll set you up with a consultation and get you going. You'll get a blueprint.
Boom.
Straight like that.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
You guys, I had a really great time. I have to shout out the whole Wake Up Morning Show on the Core 94 for this great morning interview. The interview was very detailed. They did their research. The questions were very well thought out. The platforms that the interviews are going to be on are definitely recorded. So again, this is an interview I thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm a little bit of a stickler to some certain things, I think. But you guys did amazing, and I'm super pleased and happy with the interview. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate that.
I have to do a part 2 because I still got some questions I want to ask. So we have to figure that out.
Let me know, and I'll be back.
For sure. And on that note, we're going to get into a quick music break. We'll be right back, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow Eden, man. It's Eden IZ Paradise, right?
That's it.
Yeah, man. Y'all check it out. Stay tuned. It's going down. Wake Up Morning Show. We're here.
Hey.
What it do is the Wake Up Morning Show. I am Filthy Dre.
What up, though? It's your girl, No Bra Breezy.
It's your boy Yobi Yobes. I'm in the building.
You got my girl here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell me who you are.
What up? It's Eden is Paradise, Miss Eden James, CEO of the starting lineup here with the Wake Up Morning Show on the Core 94.
In the building, and she does it all. If y'all don't know, make sure y'all follow her. What's your Instagram?
Eden IZ Paradise.
That's what it is, man. The Wake Up Morning Show. We live Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Shout out to our sponsor, Urban Football, where you can sell it on the field.